Hello YouTubers, decided to bring out all my lights today. One of our subscribers, Scott, asked, he said, why don't you just show all your lights? And it seemed like a good idea. I decided to go ahead and just show my lights, and we'll talk about the ones that I really love and why. Let me get the names because I don't have all of them handy. The lights that I have that I use, primarily, most of them are made by Lezyne. It makes some really good stuff. I've gotten them over the years on sale, good prices. So this first one I want to put on is it's called the Macro Drive 600 XL. And this light, the minimum, I mean, you can see it's on the pulse right now. Let me get it to where it's stationary. These lights are really bright, very powerful. So that's actually economy, so you can kind of get a feel for. But basically, this light is a 600 lumens. That's the minimum light that you need to be able to see, you know, when it's dark, to see the road. It's not just to be seen. So that's why I've got this 600 lumen. That's why I got that for. I rarely ride after dark very often. When I do, I have a very small light, and we'll get into that in a little bit. But this one here was a deal a couple of years ago, and I got it, and it has just a ton of features. I mean, you've got, this is like, look at that. That's pulse. Right there, pulse. Let's go back. That's full lumen, 600 lumen right there. I mean, basically it will light up the road. And a lot of times you have to adjust it to where it hits the road so you don't blind the other road users. And I'm not talking about just cyclists, I'm talking about cars. That's how powerful this is. So 600 and up if you want to really see potholes and other things on a dark road. Anything below that is really just for you to be seen. It's not, you know, it's stuff that you use early in the morning and so forth. Let's go through the phases here. That's economy. And you can see that's really low. Even with the lowest, when I turn this like this, you can see it's visible. So this light is very versatile. It's a little, I mean, it's not the lightest light. Let me turn this off. It's not the lightest light that they have out there, and I'll bring it close to I'll bring the camera close once I get through all these lights so you can really see the form factor of the light. But I wanted to show the beams. So that's the Macro Drive 600 XL, and this is it on full blast right there. That's basically blinking. I mean, this thing is bright. It's like a car light. This is pulse. This is full beam. Lower economy, and that's economy. And so the different modes, they come on these little cards that Lezyne sells them with, and basically they tell you based on what selection how long the light will last. The longest run on this light is 7 hours, and that's when it's on the setting for the flash. The full drive, where you're running full beam to see the road, is 1 hour 50. So the shortest time is 1 hour 50 minutes, and actually the longest time here looks like, oops, I had that wrong. That's almost 13 and a half hours. So this light has enough modes to where it will run from 1 hour 50 minutes to 13 and a half hours, depending on which setting you choose. And all the settings are on this card that Lezyne sells. I'm going to take the light off the bike since I'm talking about it and bring it closer so you can see the form factor, because I don't keep these on my bikes. There's only one light that stays on the bike, and I'll get into that last because it's going to stay there. So let me turn this off so you can see what the light looks like. You hold it for 2 seconds and it goes off. They're very consistent. This is the form factor of the light. And you use a strap. You have to turn it to the side. When you're ready to strap it, you turn it to the side so you can access that hook. And then you can turn it in any direction you want. The light pretty much turns where you want it to be. And that's a nice feature of most of the Lezyne front headlights. They work really well. But this light here works, it's powerful enough like my car headlight. You know, I can do it from right here. Let's see. You can see that. Let me back off. That gives you a good idea. Let's turn this off, okay? So that's the Macro Drive 600 XL. The second light I want to talk about is they call it the Lezyne LED light. It's like a button light. And basically you hold that for 2 seconds on the top, It has a lot of different modes. You can see this is the economy mode. On the side of the light, it kind of lets you know what kind of power is left on the light. So from it goes all the way from blue to red, letting you know blue is full charge, and it just goes through the different colors. So as the battery gets low, the colors change. Basically, the blue goes off, and all you see is the orange and then the red. And when you're down to the flashing red, then it lets you know you need to charge it. But these are the modes that it has. Turn this, comes on, click, a little brighter. It's got little toggles going on where the light kind of blinks around. But what I use for the most part is the strobe. This one here. That's what I use. Very, very bright. The camera doesn't do it justice, really. Go to the next one. You can see it's like the light kind of rolls around. You do it this way because this is what people see. I try to keep the camera far away so you would see. This is very effective. This is just like a strobe light, very visible. These are the lights that you would use early in the morning if it's dark, about an hour before sunlight, and you're going out to meet the group or whatever. This is perfect. You know, and I'm talking about lights now because it's winter. The days are shorter, winter's coming, and you know, it's time to break out these lights. I use them more, you know. So let me turn this off and bring it close to the camera so you can see what it looks like. This is the Lezyne LED light. And when you press the power button on the top, those are the colors that you see that light up. What I was talking about, you see those colors on the side, and they let you know what kind of power. Now the blue just went out. I had blue a second ago. After running it through, now it's going to where you've got yellow or chartreuse. Then it will go to orange and then red. Red means it's basically time to charge the light, but they let you know how much charge you got left. Let me turn that off. Now my favorite front light, which I just got recently from Lezyne, is called the Lezyne KTV Drive. Lezyne KTV Drive. I found this online. I was just trying to fill a basket. I was buying some other cycling stuff, and I don't like paying shipping. So I needed something to get me over a threshold, a price threshold that would eliminate the shipping charge, and I put this light in there on a whim. Did a light review on it, and then just put it in there because it was like 18 bucks, I think. And fell in love with it after it got here. You probably can't even see it on my bike. If you look at my bike, my handlebars, black tape, black hoods, black stem. The light is black. Let me turn it on. It's not the most powerful light out there. I think it's only 70 lumens. The Lezyne LED, I believe, is 80. About 10 lumens more on the fullest power. I rarely use any of my lights on full power. This little light, I'll show you why it's really perfect. I'll bring the camera over in a little bit. It comes on with economy mode. That's what you're seeing there. And if you push the switch again, that's full mode. That's 70 lumens. At 70 lumens, it only runs an hour and a half. So I usually run my lights on the flash mode. This is flashing mode. This is what I use. I rode with this light today. It was cloudy. This is what I used. Very effective. There are two bulbs in there. I mean, you can't really tell from that distance, but look, the light is full. Then it has a faster blinking there. Then it's got a pulse right there. Where the light kind of stays on, it pulses. And now it goes back to economy. Every time you turn it off and turn it back on, it starts in economy, so it continues to toggle. I'm going to turn the light off and bring the camera over so you can see why I love this light. Now, I'm going to put it, let's see where the good place is. Yeah, I'll put it in the front first so you can see the light from the front. And you can see how it blends in with the bike. Now let me go to the side because that's really where you begin to get a feel for. I mean, look at that. Let's go over here. I want you to kind of see what I see, how it blends in. It's very lightweight. You don't feel it on the bars. The light turns. It will turn all the way around if you wanted to. I mean, to put the strap on, you have to turn it to the side so the light's out of the way and you can hook the strap in the clip behind here. But let me see if it'll look any better. No, it looks the same. You can just see the full light. But there are two bulbs. Let me bring it closer. There are two bulbs in there in the light. Very bright, very effective, and very stealth. I mean, especially on this bike, it's all black, black on black. And my friend came and we're talking, and until I pointed out the light, he didn't even notice the light on the bike. And kind of let me see, I'm taking different angles, hopefully, so you guys can really get an appreciation for what I see when I look at it in person. I don't know if the camera will do it justice. It's kind of hard to see. Yeah, I guess that's a good shot. But basically, I leave it on there. I mean, since I put it on there last week, I just leave it on the bike because it just looks really cool on the bike. Let me come to this side here. I think that might be a good view. Yeah, let's see. That might be a really good view. You can see very, very stealth looking. And you can kind of decide how it moves a little bit, not much, because the strap holds it in place. What I like about it is it doesn't interfere with my Garmin. Let's see. I'm trying to get the front of the bike. I can't really see through there. Yeah, right there. I don't know if you see how it just kind of lines up and there is no interference, because a lot of lights will interfere down here. This space will interfere with the Garmin. Well, this light sits on top of the bar, so it does not interfere. You can kind of see that. So that's my favorite light. I really like that. So I used it today. I'm very pleased with it. I liked it so much I ordered another one. The Lezyne KTV is what they call it. KTV Drive. Really neat little light. Paid about 18 bucks. I got it from Merlin Cycles. I'm sure you can find it anywhere. You can look online. I'm going to talk about my rear lights. Let's see if I got enough room here for this thing to really show. This is a rear light that I have. Let me turn this one on. It's a Surface. Let's see. It might not be charged. Let me use the Lezyne here. That's one of the Lezyne. This is a Lezyne LED for the rear. And it's really cool. It's got a lot going on there. It's very bright. It's got the strobe. That's steady. That's really neat. I love that. Very, very bright, very small form factor. When I use it, I don't put it on my seat post like you see. I just put it on there because I got other lights on my bike. Like I've got a Surfers down here that I used today. It's the one in another video that I did earlier that kind of shows. But I wanted to just kind of show the Lezyne. Really neat. You hold it for 2 seconds, it goes off. They're very consistent in how they function. There we go. So the other light that I have down here is my Surface. Let me turn this one off. This light here is the light made. This is made by Surface. Also, the TL60 is called. Very, very bright. I have two of these lights. I like them so much. I have one on here now, but I have one sitting in the corner. This is also made by Surface. Very, very popular light. Has a lot of modes. See right there? I like it. When I use it, I mount it right there. You have 4 modes. You got bright, full, bright economy, means steady, basically. Blinking full. I run it mostly on blinking economy. Very, very effective. You can see this thing for more than a mile. This is the one that I have on there. I don't put all the lights on there at the same time. I just wanted to do this video for you guys to kind of let you know. Now, I will put the names in the video. I should be able to get the labels and put them out there. But basically, it's good to have a light on your bike, even if it's not nighttime. If you're riding solo, you're so much more visible with a blinking light. And at least you can catch the attention of inattentive drivers, because light travels really far. So it's very effective in keeping you safe. Don't scoff at it, especially now that it's winter. This is the time to make sure you're gonna be out there in low light. You know, the days are short. Go ahead and put some kind of light on your bike. These lights are not that expensive. Some of the lights I show you, like the Surface, might be 40 bucks, but you can get them around anywhere between $30 to $50. That's your light. To have a red light on your bike. It's worth it. The front light, this one was $18, the one I really like. And that's a good shot of it from over there. You can barely see the thing. I really love this. I just leave it on the bike. You can't even feel the weight. This light, the Macro Drive 600 XL, is very heavy. You literally, it doesn't pull the bars or anything, but you know it's on the bike. I've used this a few times, and it's very effective, but I don't use it a whole lot because it's a little clunky. You know, we're kind of spoiled. It's really not even a half pound. You know, it's not that bad. It might be a half pound or less. It's not that much, but it's a very, very good light. I want to show you one more light. It's called a strip drive, made by Lezyne. This one has its own, all these lights that I've shown you have USB. This one has the LED light has a USB on the top where you use a USB plug to charge it up. This one has a built-in USB. So does the one, my favorite front light on the bike that I'm talking about. The USB is built in. So you just you take this cap off and just plug it into a USB, your computer or whatever. I have a strip plug with USB on it. That's what I use to charge these lights. I don't bother putting it in my computer. This strip drive light, I got it because it's got a lot of nice features. I use this a lot. Let me see if I back off and it looks, but it just toggles. You can see how bright it is. Even the camera can't really display it very well. But it has so many choices on here, and it will last up to 11 hours of riding in this mode. I usually run most of my rear lights and my front lights in a motion choice. I don't use steady lights. I basically have it moving because research has proven that that's why the police officers have lights that move. It gets your attention. You know, you flash a light at somebody, if you're in the woods, they can see you from a lot further away than if you yell. And so lighting is very effective. So all the modes I pick have some kind of movement in them, either something toggling around or something. And this light has a nice feature where the light kind of dances around. This little Lezyne, they kind of dance around with you. I always pick a motion choice because it gets the attention of the other road users. And this has worked for me. It worked effectively. Today it was very overcast when we went out. There were just two of us riding. And I have the front light flashing. I had the red light on my back. And what I've noticed is when you're out there with a light and looking like you're serious, the other road users, car drivers, they take you more seriously. Because they're like, okay, this guy is not just some run-of-the-mill person, some crazy person on a bike. And maybe I'm just making it up, but it just seems that you get a little more respect. Of course, you know, you're following the rules of the road. I'm not out there running stop signs and all that stuff. You know, I don't put my foot down at every stop sign, but I slow down. I check, just like when I'm driving my car, you know, because the goal is to go get a workout, not break the law or get killed or injured, you know. So that's the key. So if you're out there and you're responsible as a cyclist, the other road users take you seriously, and you make all of us look good. So just wanted to cover lights. Let me know. Thanks, Scott, for the suggestion. I'm doing this based on your suggestion because I wasn't really sure how to go about it. So I did the first one with just one light. But I hope if you guys have any questions about a specific light I've shown here, please let me know. YouTube will not let me put any link on the site for these lights on YouTube, but I have it on my webpage, so you can go there and see and get the link if you want to buy these. I have affiliation with other vendors and so forth, so I'll put the links out there. For those of you who don't want to spend the time searching for these, I will have these out there. So you guys, thanks for tuning in, and be safe out there.